we are covering the specific rules for using a discard tube, a critical concept you will face on your phlebotomy exam. The exam will test your understanding of not just when to use a discard tube, but why you are using it, because the reason changes depending on the equipment you use. Let's break down the two primary scenarios. The first and most classic reason involves contamination of the specimen with tissue thromboplastin. When a needle punctures the skin and vein, it picks up a tiny amount of this substance, also known as tissue factor. Tissue thromboplastin is an activator of the extrinsic coagulation pathway, which can falsely shorten clotting times for tests like the prothrombin time, or PT, and the activated partial thromboplastin time, or APTT. To prevent this interference, a discard tube is required if a light blue top tube for coagulation studies is the first or only tube drawn using a standard straight needle. This initial tube, which can be a plain red top or another light blue top, collects and discards the blood containing the tissue factor, ensuring the second tube, the one sent to the lab, is a clean sample. An exam question might describe a scenario where only a PT INR is ordered. If you are using a straight needle, the correct procedure is to first draw a discard tube before filling the light blue top tube that will be used for testing. The second critical scenario, and a common exam trap, involves the use of a winged collection set, often called a butterfly needle. A discard tube is mandatory when a light blue top tube is the first tube drawn with a butterfly needle. The reason here is not tissue thromboplastin, but air within the tubing of the collection set. Light blue tubes have a precise vacuum to ensure a critical 9:1 ratio of blood to sodium citrate anticoagulant. The air in the butterfly tubing will be drawn into the tube first, causing it to underfill. This underfilling alters the 9:1 ratio, which can lead to erroneously prolonged clotting times and an incorrect patient result. A typical exam question will give you an order of draw, such as a light blue top and a lavender top, and specify that a butterfly needle is being used. The correct action is to draw a discard tube first to prime the tubing by removing the air. Then proceed to fill the light blue top completely, followed by the lavender top. It's crucial to remember that if another tube, like a blood culture or an SST, is drawn before the light blue top when using a butterfly, that first tube acts as the discard by priming the line, and a separate discard tube is not needed. The exam will trick you by testing this subtle difference. Don't fall for the trap of thinking a discard tube is always needed for coagulation tests. It's only under these specific conditions, for routine chemistries or hematology tests drawn first with a straight needle, a discard tube is unnecessary. To help you remember this on exam day, use this simple phrase: blue needs a buddy when it's first in line or using a butterfly. This mental shortcut links the light blue tube with its buddy, the discard tube, in the two specific situations where it's required. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.